Salam spreads the lime gently and carefully. What she is working on is a very rare piece of mosaic floor from the Basilica of the Holy Sepulcher in Jerusalem. It is part of a group of 7 pieces that will soon be on display at the Terra Sancta Museum in the room dedicated to the Holy Sepulcher.
I pavimenti a mosaico.
These mosaic floors belong to the 11th century phase to the restoration of the Byzantine Emperor Constantine Monomachus, who made several works inside the Basilica of the Holy Sepulcher. To these also belong the column fragments that we exhibit in the hall.
Vengono per esempio anche I frammenti di colonna che esponiamo nella sala.
The flooring was found during the 1969 restoration conducted by Franciscan Virgilio Corbo in the so-called Gallery of the Latins. We are in the elevated part of the rotunda, now part of the Franciscan convent and therefore inaccessible. The display of some panels at the Terra Sancta Museum will return this heritage to the public.
Questi mosaici sono un esempio.
These mosaics are a very rare example of pre-Crusader decorated floors in Jerusalem. They are unique floors in a way.
Sono pavimenti unici in un certo senso.
The panels, about 40 pieces in all, were placed on concrete bases to preserve them. Those destined for the Terra Sancta Museum were restored by the Mosaic Center in Jericho, which works closely with the custody of the Holy Land.
Grazie alla custodia e grazie alla...
Thanks to the custody, and thanks to the Association Pro Terra Sancta that give us the opportunity to work in the Franciscan sites, to enhance and preserve these sites, and to give young people a chance to learn. We think that cultural heritage is a tool for development, but also a tool for dialogue.
Un strumento di dialogo.
Salam and Raed are 2 restorers trained at the Mosaic Center. She is Muslim, he is Christian. They have been closely following the restoration of these floor mosaics.
بشتغل بالترميم من 10 سنين. بلشت بدايتي بالكنيسة الجثمانية.
I started restoring mosaics 10 years ago. My first job was at Gethsemane thanks to a grant. We start with photographic documentation and mapping of the site. Then we move on to the actual restoration. Now we are restoring a group of mosaics from the Holy Sepulcher. We treated the mosaic stones with sodium carbon and ammonium, and at the end we used a lime to consolidate the mosaic tiles.
طبعا شايفينها هلا بأحسن حالاتها قبل ما توصل لنا.
This panel was very dirty, but after cleaning and restoring it, we can see it in all its beauty. It is composed of stone and glass paste tiles. We cleaned the mosaic stone by stone with water and protected it with a special substance that keeps its color and shine. These are very old mosaics, and we can make our contribution today to preserve them alive. Significant panels were chosen for the display, both in terms of iconography and function.
Nell'ambulacro ci sono motivi.
In the ambulatory, there are decorative motifs in circles that repeat. They give a rhythm to someone who doesn't have to stop but walk through. Whereas in the ambulatories, one stops and has time to look. So here we find the mosaics with the figured elements.
Mosaici con gli elementi figurati.
Among the various panels, one whose decoration is particularly interesting stands out. We see fish, the quintessential Christian symbol, and it is part of a larger depiction with animals symbolizing the Eucharist. Upon completion, these panels will remain on permanent display at the Terra Sancta Museum.
We are particularly preparing some rooms for an upcoming opening. In addition to that of the Holy Sepulcher, also that of Dominus Flevit.
The rooms belong to the wing of the Terra Sancta Museum dedicated to Brother Sylvester Sala, the first director of the Archaeological Museum at the Shrine of the Flagellation. The plan is to open them to the public by the end of March.